Yeah, it's lovely, right? Yeah, but then it's the mind thinking, I want that all the time, right? That's the hook, right? It's addictive, right? It feels really good, and I want it all the time. Yeah, but it's not. If it worked that way, great. But I mean, it sounds like you've pursued that possibility intensely for quite a few years, and if it works. That's I mean, in Las Vegas, that's what keeps people going back to the slot machine. Sometimes they pay off, right? and it requires effort, right? Effort to achieve a particular state. But when we really relax our grip on what's being presented within our field of awareness, it's okay. It's okay. Of course we prefer this. But if this happens, okay. And if we're not demanding that it be a certain way, it's just as it is, then that loosening our grip or demand on how life should show up is an enormous relief. Right? That's actually the price of being free. When we're sort of at the mercy of whether it's going to be a good meditation or not, or whether I'm going to reach the desired state or not, there's always a certain tension around that. And even when, the desired state is reached, it's like afterwards there's a memory of that. And then the next time, like, okay, I wonder if this time is going to be as good as that time. So there's always this, a certain tension around it. And it comes out of our demand for believing that my peace and happiness is dependent on something outside of myself. By outside of myself, I mean whatever that experience is. Maybe bliss, but there's something more internal than that recognizes whatever that state is. There's always something prior. And what's prior doesn't have a problem with, it's not enhanced by this state, and it's not diminished by that state. It's aware of that world of form, but it doesn't have to play by the same rules. It's always prior. It's always what is aware of whatever the experience is. Blissful, difficult, challenging, boring. And when we loosen our grip on what we're demanding life should be, then there's just an ease. It'll still continue to move. Sometimes it'll be blissful, sometimes it'll be challenging. But what changes is we don't feel like we're being on a roller coaster. Right? It's just the next experience. Of course we prefer some to others, but of course we prefer pleasant things than difficult things. That's why we have words like pleasant and difficult. But, even the difficult things, it's like, okay, this is how life is appearing now. Am I okay with that? Doesn't mean I have to like it, right? But am I okay with it? Am I willing to live this life as it's showing up in this moment? And when we sort of relinquish our demand for control of our experience, then life just has an ease to it. And it has a flow to it. It doesn't sort of devolve into chaos. It has a flow to it that is actually quite beautiful.